Hello everyone. So I'm going to do another one of these walk and talk videos. I'm out again with my pal Otis. He's gotten a lot bigger, as you can tell. So I wanted to talk today about physical exercise and say a little bit more about that. And so this video is going to be for people who maybe have a hard time starting a workout routine in their lives, or otherwise they feel like they're not able to be consistent with it, or it's just lacking energy when they're either in the gym or on the trail or whatever the case may be. So if those issues are problems for you at all, then this video might be for you. And some of these things I've struggled with myself over the years at different points, so I can speak to them, at least from my experience. So physical exercise, first of all, is something that I think was, more a minor consideration in the therapy work that I would do with people. So it's something that you would maybe talk about briefly, but not anything that you would focus on too much or get overly hung up on. And I think my opinion has changed over the years. I think it's far more important, more crucial than I had previously thought. And so I'm more inclined to really encourage therapy clients that I work with to really get engaged. And if there are any issues there, then we talk about that. So in a previous video, I talked about you're not just exercising your physical body, but you're exercising your will, and you're exercising your agency. It develops confidence and all these other attributes and so on. And so I won't recover those points. I guess the first order of business when you're trying to establish a workout routine is to look at why you're doing it. Why is it important? What's going to motivate you? Why is this essential for you to do? What is at stake if you don't see it through, if you don't make some of those changes or develop those habits? You really have to feel the, a sense of urgency around, making some of those changes. So the first thing is you sit down, think about, like, why is this essential? What am I doing this for? If you're in the throes of depression or debilitating anxiety, like, it might be like, I'm sick of feeling this way. I'm tired of just living this nightmare, and I would do anything to get out of it. And physical exercise, if it allows me to be in greater possession of my will, my body, to feel, confident and capable in what my body can do and what my mind can accomplish, well, then maybe that's a good thing, right? For men in particular, it's important that we maintain a healthy level of testosterone in our bodies. And again, that makes us resilient to depression, and it's just part of being a healthy man. So, think about all the things that are on the line here. Think about, the people that maybe depend on you. Think about, like, if the state of the world has got you down and so on, well, build yourself up. Like, don't worry about the world, worry about yourself. Go inward. Become a force to be reckoned with, and maybe then you'll be in a better position to do something about it. So first order of business is to really connect with some feeling around this, like why it's essential, why it's important, why it's worth doing. And that's probably the first thing. Second thing is maybe like picking a workout or exercise regimen. Like, what's that going to look like? Now, this is entirely up to you, but I have some opinions on this based on my own experience over the years. And I would suggest, for most people, lifting weights or doing something in that domain. And, part of the reason is that a lot of people that I work with, they are struggling with anxiety, or low self-worth, or they have, like, what we might call complex PTSD, or something like that. They have, like, an inner critic that is vicious and nasty. And one of the things that I've found over the years is that when I ask people, what they're doing for their workouts or exercise or physical fitness, a lot of these people will tend to gravitate toward like things like running or cycling, and I think there can be a problem there. In some ways it maybe is a problem, in other ways maybe not, where the activity is it's a way to discharge all the anxiety that a person is carrying, getting rid of all that tension and so on, but it's not really kind of connecting with anything like vital, like any kind of powerful energy, any assertive energy. It's just kind of grinding it out almost in a masochistic type way, like how much punishment can I put myself through, sometimes in maybe a bit more of a passive way, where you're just kind of grinding it out, almost like you're being kind of, again, sadistic towards yourself, and just putting yourself through the punishment, and then through the end of it, like you're relieved of all this tension and stress and anxiety, and there are benefits to that, right? But if you can mix that up with a kind of activity that is going to enable that spark, that fire, that flame within you, particularly for men, that powerful assertive energy, that being in control and being able to push against some seemingly immovable object, like it's just a different kind of energy. And if you can make use of that, that would be a very good thing. Oh, this got me all tied up here. So yeah, that's just a couple thoughts on that. Another way of putting it is that, like, if all you're doing is just discharging the anxiety, then sometimes that can be just like a way of coping, like you're coping through exhausting yourself with running and so on, but you're not really dealing with maybe some of the other relevant feelings and energies that you want to connect with. Another way of coming at some of the same themes here is it's more of a mystical, esoteric, traditionalist sort of way of looking at it, but you want to connect, particularly for men, you want to connect with that solar energy, that vital energy, that force, that power, that expansive, determination as an energy, as a feeling in your body, and not just this anxious kind of grinding it out in a more passive sort of way. I hope that makes some sense. And again, I'm not poo-pooing on cycling or running or anything like that. I do a fair bit of running myself, but just try to mix it in with some of the other things, I think. Okay, so what else? I guess from there, so you have your, what's at stake, why it's important, that vital energy. You have your workout routines, roughly kind of planned out. Next thing is you want to visualize. So you want to visualize, the night before, what it's going to look like. Okay, so you think about, okay, well, when am I going to work out? Is it going to be first thing in the morning? Is it going to be noontime? Try to have some consistency with that. If you have that consistency and organization, it's just that time is allotted for you to do that work. Think about the night before, like what you're going to need to get ready. Think about like having your workout clothes set out. Think about, just having your water bottle all set up. Like all these little things, your iPhone or your MP3 player, whatever it is, charged and ready to go if you're listening to music. So all of that's going to be essential, just so that it's all ready. So that anything that could be a distraction, anything that could be a potential excuse. So you almost want to outflank yourself in advance. You want to think about, what kind of excuses am I going to come up with, to dissuade myself from working out, from, picking up this new habit, whatever it is. So whether that's, I don't know, like I'm too tired, or, I don't have this or that I need to do it. Like, those are excuses. So if you can challenge those issues in advance and settle that problem in advance, it's less likely to be a form of procrastination or distraction for you when it's time to get things done, get down to business. So the other thing is that like when you're actually, going through the workout, very important part is to use, like, to be in the right frame of mind, the right mode of being, right? So one of the things that I've noticed, so I used to work out pretty much my whole life. I have a chronic illness that I'm dealing with, and I've noticed over the years that it's so much better when I'm consistent with exercise, and I have been throughout my whole life. I'm 45 now. But I went through a phase like maybe 3 years ago where, the workouts were just like sluggish. I wasn't really feeling it. I was just kind of pushing myself through. The energy wasn't there. And I thought there was something physically wrong. And, I went through all the motions there to check things out. Everything seemed fine. And I started experimenting with some other things that I'd been doing. And I noticed what the problem was for me. The problem was I was trying to do too much at the same time. So I was, for example, I was working out while also listening to podcasts or audiobooks. And I thought that this was like just a way of being more efficient and, develop my mind and my body at the same time and so on. But I think I realized after a time that no, this actually puts me in the wrong frame. It divides my attention. It engages my conceptual mind, and it sort of flattens out my embodied, kind of felt, those vital energies that I was referring to earlier. They just weren't there because I was elsewhere. I was in my thoughts. I was, in these various interpretations and, heavy concepts and so on. So when I kind of broke away from that and I got back to basics, back to, just finding some music or something that I'm passionate about, something that gets me really pumped up, something that just gets me, again, more connected with my body, that was really helpful. Visualizations as well, like during the workout, like, be playful here. Come up with some, like, what would it take for you to, I don't know, like to grind out a workout when you just don't want to do it? Well, you visualize, well, in my case, I have children. I visualize that, my kids are in danger and I gotta sprint that last, 5 miles or whatever it is. I'll get there as fast as I can to rescue them. Like I really visualize that. I make it real. I make it vivid. And my body reacts to it, and it fuels me with that energy. And you can make use of this too, right? Whatever it is. Again, people who are getting, I don't know, like just down about the state of the world and where things are heading and all the rest of it. Visualize, like, give the cosmos, give, quote, the world agency here. Imagine that the world is trying to crush you. The world is trying to destroy you. And can you activate your will to meet it? And you may not survive, but your will is not going to give up, right? And that's like just a mental game that you can play with this to activate that vital energy, right? And many of these things, like particularly for men, in recent years it's become fashionable to be sexist. It's become fashionable to be sexist toward men, right? Like, so in recent years we've just had so much of this, mansplaining, and toxic masculinity and, like just over the top, just foolishness about how men are terrible, they're representatives of the patriarchy, they're the oppressors and so on. I can't go a week without hearing someone just in passing, like it's just so common and familiar to people. You complain about like old white men and all this kind of stuff, and like, so guys, like, use that as fuel. Use that as just something that can just pump you up, right? And not, like, use it as something that allows you to go within yourself and find that spark, that power, that solar energy that allows you to be So like the world wants to crush you or something. The world wants to destroy you. The world wants you to be weak and pathetic and, you know, self-loathing and so on. Don't succumb to that. Find it within yourself to be the strongest version of yourself. And I'll do another video later on down the line about like what that means, like what does strength mean, particularly for a man, like, and how does that relate to emotions and vulnerability and so on. But I think that's probably enough for now. Again, physical exercise, very important. Do everything that you can to get something going. Anyway, hope you liked the video. Give it a like if you wouldn't mind. Subscribe if you haven't, and share if you would. Okay, thanks.